Okay, is everyone here? Yes. Right, so what I'm going to do today with you is to tell you how it's going to be the exam on Wednesday. As I told you last week, this week we will have exam. It's the first exam, and it's going to be a little bit different from what I told you on the rubrics. How's that? Well, what you're going to have? I don't have technically a specific example of this, because the example can be any other exam. So I will create the exam in Word. It's going to be a normal exam, total normal exam. Okay, normal exam, exam in Word. Okay, and I will upload the exam on the exam section of Moodle. Yeah, exactly at time of class, when the class begins. So you will have exactly 2 hours. That 2 hours of the class, well, technically 2 hours is 1 hour 40. You will have all that time to answer the test. Yeah, and upload again in PDF format. Now this is very important because it has to be PDF format, right? So let me find the document so I can I can give you an example, right? Hold on a second. Material.
Did you say that this can written
What?
in Word?
What?
These words can you podemos hacer este trabajo en Word, ¿verdad?
Yeah, the work is going to be there. It's going to be in Word. Okay, I'm just trying to get a document that I have pre-signed about with an exam or on exam, so I can tell you how I want the things to be done. But I can find one. Classes, audios, images. No, I think I have. All right. No, I know where to find it. Okay, here is it. Okay, so I will show you what I want to do. What I want exactly. I will show you exactly all the process that you need to follow. Okay, for this. So here we go. So I have a couple of documents here. Well, these are technical topics. This is, for example, the exam template, okay? So imagine that this one is your exam, okay? Imagine that, right? It's going to be almost in this format, but not exactly this one. So I will be writing, for example, the questions. I don't know, for example, what can I write here, right? So what is your name, or things like that, okay? And then maybe, for example, I will be setting options in this way, right? Like, for example, A, I don't know, Felix, B, Alejandro, C, Fabian, D, Joanna, right? For example, in this way. Okay? If you have, I will be creating all the questions to be like this, exactly like this. Okay? Not just on multiple choice, but also can be on relationships, like this one, okay, and match, for example, the letter with the correct sentence, all right? So maybe putting here a table like this, right? So I get A, articles, B, B, verbs, C, nouns, okay? And the matching ones are, for example, putting you here the parentheses, all right? and giving the examples on here, right? For example, a and the. We are going to put one that is exactly in the same way. Here, like, for example, Johan, Tere. And the other one, which is run and jump. Okay. Right. So these are some examples of the type of questions that I will set here, that I will put. Yeah. So like in a normal exam, you have to answer them. How? With a tool that you have here in Word. For example, if it's multiple choice, it's very easy. Just find the correct one, okay, and highlight it, right? So you can highlight it, you can change the color, I don't know, whatever that you want, but mark please the correct answer. When it's in here, it's very easy. The single thing that you have to do is to add just a letter, right? For example, A, this one is C, and this one is B. Okay? And exactly on that way, you have to answer the exam. Now, on the answers that you have to write, please put the color in green. I need the answers in green. And that is very important. Yes? Always the answers, always in green. Okay? Answers in green. Answers in green, always. Always. If it's about choosing, then you just highlight it. All right? If it's about choosing. But always, every answer must be always in green. And that's very important. So maybe, for example, okay, imagine that I have this exam, that I create this exam, okay, and I save it. Let's make an example. Here, desktop. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to go, where am I? Oh, here. Okay, is to go to Moodle, and I will add here, okay, on the exams part, I will add the exam, but I will add it, okay, as a homework, right? So this is very, very important. I will add this as a homework. What that means, that in the homework, I can set a limited time on here, right? Now, for example, I will mark when is going to be the exam. Actually, for example, the exam will be July 7, right? And I will set the hours to start. In this case, it's going to be exactly starting at 11:40, and it will end okay, it will end at the hour of the ending of the class, which is in this case the 1:20. Okay, so in that way, I will put here first partial exam is going to have this name, right? And here I will add the document. Okay, this one, exactly this one, the one that we got here. So I got it here. I take it, I put it here, right? And I will save it. Now, from this moment and on, okay, right. So this has to be 7 also. Okay, so it's already created. What is going to happen? What is going to happen is that you will click here on first partial exam. You will download the exam, yeah, and you will open in Word. You will answer in Word, and finally upload, but in PDF. So for example, if I download this, right? So I got it. Now I open, right? Well, here we go. Okay, now I open. I allow the edition. It's very important, this part. Okay, and I start answering. So I answer this, I answer the letters in green, remember, in green. Okay. And at the end, when I finish, I will click on here, File, Save As, maybe, for example, saving on my desktop, which is here. But we are going to click here, Type, right? So we click on Type, and we choose PDF. Yes, this part is very important. I will not check exams on Word. I won't check exams on Word. Is that clear? Perfect. So in this case, I save it as PDF. I save it, right? And the exam that I will upload, okay, the exam that I will upload will have to be the one on PDF. Answer it, okay? At the end, we go here to the desktop and we check it. I don't know what happened here. Okay, so we got it. Oh, it didn't save. Something went wrong here. What? All right, let me see if it's already on. There. Yeah, here is it, okay? You can see that it's in here, the document. So I just open it to make sure that the exam is correctly as I did. And here we are, okay? Here are my answers. Perfect, so it's all perfect. Then I upload the exam in Moodle. Yes? And that's going to be all. So it's a normal exam. Yes, I will change the method of testing the exams in this way, right? I don't want to apply exam of multiple choice, just a multiple choice exam, because you have some topics that are not tested in multiple choice. And which are the topics? Here are the topics if you want to copy them to know. The first one is parts of speech, mostly specifying adverbs, okay? Yes, it's very important, this topic. But in general, the parts of speech. What are parts of speech? That types of words. For example, nouns, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, articles, adjectives, prepositions, yeah, connectors, etc. Modal verbs. Now, this includes modal and includes also perfect modals. Yes, both of them. So you have to study them. Now, this exam, these exercises can be on multiple choice. There's no problem here. Connectors too. In the connectors, you have to give the better connector for the sentence. Collocations, right? So collocations can be also on multiple choice, but this is the one that it cannot be, the use of English and the reported speech, as also the reading strategies. So these three topics cannot be answered on multiple choice, had to be written by you. Now, what is the use of speech? The use of speech is kind of the collocation stuff. Yeah, to apply the better words there, okay, the words that fits better, but also the better expressions to use. That's the use of English. Reported speech, there's an activity similar than the one of the comics. Yes. Tomorrow we will practice, or we will review the topics that you want to review. Yes. And finally, the reading strategies. This is a reading. Okay. So you have to do the reading and answer the questions about the reading. Okay.
Yes, teacher.
And this is the content of your exam, and the format of your exam is a normal exam. But instead of answering physically, you will answer virtually. So make sure that you answer a recommendation, big recommendation, big recommendation. Use a computer to answer the test, not your cell phone, a computer. Okay? Why? Because the cell phones uses a different format of the work page, and the cell phones can move the questions or can move the words from a place. Yes. So my best suggestion for you is to answer the test in a computer. If you don't have a computer, try to find a computer. Someone can lend you a computer. We all have computers. Yes, maybe your brother, your sister, your uncle, your dad, your mom, whoever, or maybe a friend. But we need a computer for answering the test. Okay? For the same way, you have to check that your test is correct when you finish the exam. But that's up to you. Okay? So what's next also? Well, this is the topics, this is the format, and that's it all for today. So I just needed to share with you this so you know how it's going to be the exam on Wednesday. And don't be surprised by it. So it's a bit different than what we talked about on the rubrics, but it's better in some way. In some other, it's not, but in some other, yes. Now imagine that the class ends and it's like if I go out from the classroom, okay? So try to upload on time. On time, please, on time. If you cannot finish the exam, doesn't matter. Upload it even if it's not finished. Okay? It's better to get an 80 than to get a 0. Because if you don't upload it, I won't accept an exam. Okay? Same recommendations. Be sure that your internet is well. Be sure that you have an extra plan if your internet fails. Maybe, oh my God, no, my internet fell down. Well, then prepare for that. I don't know. Maybe put some saldo or some data on your cell phone. And if the internet falls down, then you have the plan to use your cell phone as a modem. And you upload the exam on time. Yes? But you need to have a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, a plan E, a plan F. I don't know how many plans you need to have, but have supporting plans. Again, if you cannot upload the exam, I don't accept it. Not even in Telegram, not even in mail. No, I won't accept an exam out of time. Is that clear or not? Okay, and I will write it here. I won't, by any circumstance, accept an exam out of time. Okay, under any circumstance. Yeah. Is everything that I told you clear? I'm talking very slow and very clear because I need you to understand everything. So
Yes,
you get it?
Clean. Yeah.
Yes, sure. Yes.
Perfect. And that's all, guys. That's all what I needed to communicate to you today.
Okay.
Does anyone has any questions for taking the exam on Wednesday?
No, teacher.
Teacher,
No, teacher.
What?
¿nos podría dar 5 minutos más después de la 1:20 para subir nada más?
No. No, you
No?
have to you have to manage your time. Mhm.
Okay.
It's like in a normal class. Okay, in a normal class, when the class finishes, the teacher goes out, and that's it. Okay,
Okay.
so please manage your time. I mean, the exam is not going to be long. It's short. It's easy.
Okay, teacher.
I think that the longest part is the reading, but it's also going to be a short reading, not a long reading, right? That's the longest part. So manage your time. Manage your time. The exam starts exactly on time, finishes exactly on time. Yeah. You- then you have to prepare for that. You have to prepare for that. If you know that your area is hard on that, you know what? I am going to move. Maybe to answer it on a cafe internet on Centro de Gómez, or maybe in Torreón, or maybe in a cafe. I don't know. It's your options, but you have to prepare for that. Si saben,
Teacher, yo
si
vivo
saben,
en...
si saben que en su área falla constantemente, o que hay problemas, o que puede haber mal clima, por eso.
Sí, yo vivo en un rancho y desde el viernes tiene, profe, que se va al internet como eso de las 11 y no regresa hasta las 6. Ahorita se me fue y le mandé un mensaje, pero ya regresó. Y
Bueno,
pues ya pude conectarme.
¿tú qué propones? ¿Tú qué te propones a ti misma? Hay que tener un plan de emergencia, un plan de respaldo.
Y por ejemplo, pues me conecté el celular el viernes, traté de conectarme a una clase que había, pero me sacaba constantemente. O sea, entraba y me sacaba.
A ver, aquí está muy simple, Mariela. No necesitas internet más que para subir la tarea.
¿Lo va a subir a dónde?
¿No me escuchaste ahorita toda la explicación?
No,
Ah, es que no estuviste, no estuviste. The exam is going to be on Moodle. You download the exam, you answer the exam, you upload the exam. That's simple.
Ah, ok.
No necesitas internet más que para bajarlo y subirlo. Es todo. Es todo. Ahora, problemas de luz, por eso les digo que, pues mira, es raro quien tiene ya computadora de escritorio, salvo yo, que jugamos, los gamers son los que tenemos computadora de escritorio, ya es raro, ya casi todos tienen laptop. Si tienes laptop, no hay problema con la luz. Solo cárgala bien. Yes, Hugo.
Yeah, teacher. Teacher, if Moodle crashes, what can we do with that thing?
It's hard. It's extremely low probability. There's extremely low probability.
¿Qué ha pasado?
Again, because it crashed the last week, it fixed it. It's extremely the probabilities are extremely low. Extremely low. So it's not going to crash. Okay. But in case that it does, I will be checking the Moodle. Okay, because maybe it's not the Moodle, maybe it's something, some of your connection or something. This is extremely free because the other way, the other kind of exam is harder. The exam of the presentation and the minute to answer each one of the questions is harder because there you need a stable connection. In that strategy, you need a stable connection. I'm not asking you a stable connection. If Moodle crashes, then you will have more time to upload. It doesn't matter. But if the coordinator, confirms that the Moodle is crashing, in that case, you will have time. There's no problem for that. But if not, it is not crashing and it's just think of your connection or your computer, I cannot do nothing for that. Yeah, it's your problem. You have to solve that problem. Okay, you are university guys. You are allowed. You're not allowed. You are prepared for fixing problems. That's your career about also. That's why it's an engineering. An engineer fixes problems. So if there's a problem, fix your problem. Yeah. I'm giving you the best way to take exam in long distance. This is the best way. This is the best way because you don't need internet unless for download it and uploading. Yes? Any other question that someone has?
No, teacher.
Okay, so tomorrow we will review the topics. Have you written the topics? I will repeat them. Number 1, parts of a speech, mostly the adverbs. Part 2, the modals, okay? Mostly perfect modals. Number 3, connectors. Number 4, collocations. Number 5, use of English. That's in general, okay? That's technically not a topic, it's general. Number 6, phrasal verbs. Number 4, reported speech. And number, what is 8? Yeah, 8, I think. Yeah, it's 8. Reading strategies, okay? Well, reading strategies, exam strategies. Strategies I told you for answering the Cambridge exams, okay? Those strategies. Yes?
Okay, teacher.
Great. Okay, so if there's no other question, we see tomorrow to start the practicing.
Okay. Okay, teacher.
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Yes, teacher. See you, teacher.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Have a nice day, teacher.
You too?
Okay.
Bye.
Tomorrow.
Teacher.
See you later.